Alright boys, let's begin. Now let's go ahead and grab a fusion composition and let's stretch it to about 10 seconds. And let's go into the fusion page now. And now we can set up our scene here. So first off, we would need this background node and let's connect it into the media out like so. And now let's view it here. And now we need to change the color of the background to, I will choose this one and let's just bring this arrow down so it's a little darker. Maybe like this. And we can now add a vignette to it. And then I will add a brightness contrast node to it and then reduce down the gain. And we'll leave this expression as it is. This is from the last few videos. I've explained it there. So we will have something like this. We can increase the vignette a little bit like so. And now we can make some space here. And now let's create our first box. And for that, I would grab a background node and merge it here like so. And let's go to the background node and change its type to gradient and keep this one to black and go here. And I will change this one to this color and maybe a little darker. So bring it down like so. And now we will add a rectangle mask to it like this and make it something like this. A box, a square, and increase the corner radius like so. And let's go into the background and adjust the gradient maybe like this, and this one here like so. And also in the rectangle I will just reduce the width a little bit like this. And now let's add a soft glow to it and decrease the gain and increase the glow size like this. And now we will add our text. So grab a text node and merge it here like this, and let's type our text, which would be a question mark, and the font we're going to use for this would be Dark Adam. And we can scale it up like this and bring it here. And now you can go to the shading tab and in the appearance select the second option, so it would be something like this. All right, and now we can add our second text under the box. For that I would grab another text node, merge it here like this, and our second text would be the year 2005, and the font would be the Zenzai Itachi font, this one. And you can scale it up and you can bring it down like so. Let's scale it up a little more like this. All right, and now let's add a drop shadow to the box like this. And now you can go to this merge and bring this one here maybe to the left. And now after the drop shadow I will add a transform node, a single transform node, and go to the very first frame, which would be frame number 0, and keyframe it. And then I will go maybe 60 frames ahead, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and once again keyframe it here. And now let's go back to our frame number 1, frame number 0, and let's bring the wire down so it's out of the screen here. So it slides up like this. All right, and in the merge maybe we can bring it a little up so it's in the center of the screen right here. All right, now in the transform you can go to the spline tab. Let's select this and then press zoom to fit, then select both these points and then press S, then press T, lock both these, ease in and ease out, and let's increase them a little bit like so. So you will have a smooth animation coming up. All right, now what you can simply do is just select this entire node tree like this and let's paste it here. All right, and in this merge just grab it to the right side so it's in the center of the screen here. And we can just change this text to 2020. All right, and similarly once again we will paste the node tree and merge it here, and then grab this one to the right side right here. And let's go to the second text and change it to 2024, I guess. All right, now what we can do is we can select this transform and this transform. All right, let's select first this one first so you have a better understanding. So we can go to the keyframe tab, expand these, select both these, and we need to delay them. All right, so we will grab both these and move them ahead. Maybe it should start at frame number 60. And now press Control and select this one, the second transform. Now expand this as well. Now the first keyframe of the second transform should be at the last keyframe of first transform. So select both these and grab this here. So the last keyframe of transform 1 align with the first keyframe of transform 2. So you will have a delay between all three animations, all three slide up animations of these boxes. All right, now what we can do is we can add that arrow, and for that I would grab this arrow from the assets and merge it here like so, and let's rename it to arrow. And now you can see, since it's black, we will grab a background, or let's just copy this background, paste it here and merge it like this. And now go to the operator and select in, and now you can go to the merge and select the points, something like this. All right, and now I will also copy the soft glow and paste it here like so. And now you can add a transform and change its angle like so to -90 here. And now we can go to the merge to animate it, and let's bring it up here, scale it down. I will actually bring down all these, and how we can do that is go to this transform, and after this transform add another transform node. All right, let's make some space here, and now copy this and then go to this node tree, then press Ctrl Shift and V to paste an instance transform. All right, then once again for this press Ctrl Shift and V to paste this transform. Right now if we bring this down so it follows through all three, right, like this. And now you can go to the merge of the arrow, and let's bring it down here, and let's scale it down a little bit like so. And now what we can do is we can go to maybe at frame number, let's go to frame number 170, and let's keyframe it here. And now let's go 30 frames ahead to frame number 200. Once again let's keyframe it, and let's go back to initial keyframe and grab it, drag it out of the screen upwards. All right, now you will have it coming down like this, and then we will make it go right side. So increase the X to somewhere around here, and then once again let's go 1 to 20 frames ahead and grab it to the left side. All right, I will just go to this merge, and in the keyframes tab I will expand all these, and let's move them all a little backwards like so, maybe around here. So the arrow comes in and it goes to the right, then it goes to the left like so. And let's now go to the spline tab and zoom to fit, then press Ctrl A, then press S, and to smooth the arrow movement out. Now the final thing we will add for the animation would be when the arrow comes to the left box, it should light up, and for that we would select our first box composition, and I will make some space here, and I will add an edge detect node like this, and you can check this edge mask overlay so you can see a difference. All right, but what we can do is just notice when the arrow comes in, so here it comes, so we can keyframe it at frame number 230. So go to your edge detect node, and in the settings bring down the blend to 0, keyframe it, and maybe 10 frames ahead or 15 frames ahead you can bring it back to 1. So when the arrow comes in, it lights up like so. All right, I think this might be a little too much. As you can see, the text is getting scattered, so we will bring it down to 0.6 maybe. All right, now let's add few final notes for the post compositing. And the first one should be your glow, but I would use a special glow, which would be this fast exponential glow. Add it, and it's quite a heavy node, and it's from reactor. So let's bring down the gain to maybe 2, and let's increase the glow radius to around 10, 12. And I will bring down the gain a little more, maybe to 0.5 or 0.4. Yeah, this seems fine. And now we can add a film grain and go to the reseed option, go to the random seed option and reseed. Press reseed. All right, and you can increase the strength a little. All right, and now for a secret sauce node, you should add a stop motion, and let's set it to 2 for that professional look. And now I will just bring down the quality, and I will also disable these 3 nodes for now, so we can have a smoother playback. And now what I'm gonna do is I will just add a transform node finally at the end of the node tree. And let's go to our very first frame here, and let's keyframe it, and let's increase the size a little bit to somewhere around 1.1 something, and we can go to the middle of the composition somewhere around frame number 150, and let's bring it back to 1 like this. So now we will have this zoom out animation as well, and we can go to the spline tab here and select the transform, and now we can press Ctrl A and then S to smooth the zoom out animation out as well, like so. Now you can finally enable your nodes, and yeah, you are pretty much done. Let's take a look what we've got.